Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the amazing Mr. Robert here at the Daycare Kids Comic Toys and Antiquities in West Memphis, Arkansas. Inside is my massive collection of extras. So what you're about to embark on is a never-before-seen tour for y'all into the world of my collecting. And I can guarantee you're going to see something for your first time. You ready? Here we go.
I am a trucker, but more importantly, I am a comic fan. Hey guys, Truckin' Nerd here, and welcome to episode 4 of Comic Stops. Today we are in West Memphis, and we are visiting a shop called Daycare Kids, Comics Collectibles and Antiques. So let's take a ride and see what they got. These right here are all complete. If you're a toy collector, you know what these are. This is straight off the set of Indian in the Cupboard. Straight off the movie set. So, how long has the shop been around?
5 years.
5 years. And what made you want to set up shop?
My wife got diagnosed with cancer, and we had already talked about doing something like this. So before we actually knew she had cancer, we had started open the store. It took us a year to get all compliance set up, from your permits to everything. Once we got the store open, she was diagnosed, and I decided we would show off some of our collection. So we opened a small store, which was half the size of this one is today, and that's 2 doors down. Within the first year, I had indulged myself into it so much that we massed this much. Now, our warehouse and stuff was already full to begin with, collecting through our marriage. So this is just the excess. When you say you put up something for a rainy day, well, this is what we put up. And this is just a sample. My kids grew up in rooms of nothing. Their whole bedroom was built from comic boxes. From their beds to their dressers and everything, mattresses laid on the comic boxes. When you reach about 100,000 boxes, well, it's time to do something else. So here we are. And I have plenty of it, and I'm not going to run out.
What initially got you into comics?
When I was a little kid, my grandmother bought me a comic book. I can remember my mom and my grandmother, and we went to the drugstore, and I got Valley of the Dinosaurs. And once I had that book, it was like a way of saying, all right, this is what you need to get through things. My grandmother passed, and I held on to that book. Today, I have millions of those books. As you can see behind me, there's 285,000 comics in this building, and a warehouse bull waiting in the wing.
Who is your favorite comic character?
My favorite comic character, well, I guess if we sit here and think hard enough, I'm going to have to turn around and say, and y'all going to get a giggle out of this, Captain Caveman.
Why?
Because it was a childhood cartoon that I grew up with.
Who is your favorite comic writer?
I really don't have one.
No.
No.
Do you have a favorite comic artist?
No.
Okay. Are you reading anything right now?
Everything that's in here I've done read, and I have an eidetic memory, so I don't think I need to read it again.
Last but not least, what is your favorite book in the store right now that you can sell to me for my viewers?
Well, actually, one of my favorite one. I have many. Just stay right there. You're fine. Just stay right there. I'm just going to step right over here.
This guy is a total icon.
Yo, Kate, where do you keep your casserole dishes?
Why?
The cat won't fit in the toaster.
You've got Turbo Man.
What? What's he laughing at? What did I say? These guys are looking for a Turbo Man? A gentleman dog, yes.
They're looking for Turbo Man.
Hey, everybody! These two are looking for a Turbo Man!
The day Robin Williams died, my heart was broken.
In your face, camel cake!
In your rear, cow derriere.
Lion, crying, spine, prine, ultra pig!
You lewd, crude, rude bag of pre-chewed food, dude.
Why you so stupid, stupid? Hey, bite my shiny metal ass.
Alright guys, if you can find Waldo, and I'm not going to show you where he's at, you got to come here. If you can find him, you'll get 10% off. This is from the movie Gremlins.
You got a light knock on it to get him sing.
Man, talk about hidden treasures. That place was awesome. I mean, it might look messy or cluttered to some people, but I'll tell you what, I am home. Like, not that my house looks like that, but I am home. I feel at home when I walk into a place like that. And I mean, I'll tell you why. The possibility of just finding really cool stuff is super high. You know, you get, like, for a lot of places, their coolest stuff is like in the window. So you walk by and you see that and you're like, oh, I gotta go in there. It wasn't like that there. I mean, there was definitely like prized possession, like showcase throughout there. But like, I mean, there was stuff, he's like, oh, look at this. And it's like under a whole bunch of stuff. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless. And I think that's what I like most about that place. I've been to some pretty cool places now, and I think that was my top so far. And solely, not just because of the stuff that was in the shop, but Robert is a cool guy, man. Like, he just kept me entertained the whole time. I'm trying to film. I only have a certain amount of time before I have to get back on the road and get moving. And, you know, the clock's winding down, and he just stops me. He's like, hey, look at this. Never seen this, have you? Like, he just kept doing it. And it was all cool. Like, I mean, he wasn't wrong. So I for sure, like, if anything, out of all the places I've been to so far, I will definitely be back there. Like, I 100% promise you I will be back. And I mean, the guy, like, he really loves what he does. He used to have a demolition company that was very successful, and he sold it, and this was his passion. Him and his wife collect throughout their whole marriage. Rest in peace, by the way. And he just decided to, you know, put it all in the shop. And he said multiple times, like, he had to keep reminding me that he doesn't want to sell things. He wants to buy things. So, I mean, the guy, talk about, I don't know. The guy likes to collect. And I think we all do. I think that's why you're watching, and that's why I'm making the videos. So, I don't know if you saw the little girl in any of the footage. I don't know her real name. Her name is Squirt. That's what they call her. But she has all leukemia. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I think that's what it is. And I don't know the status. I didn't really want to ask. I didn't want to be rude. But he loves his granddaughters. The other one was in school. And he has 2 sons. And he told me, I'm not leaving this to my 2 sons. This is all for my granddaughters. He really loves his grandkids. I asked him if he had a GoFundMe or anything like that. And they don't have anything set up right now. I'm going to call them again and just see if they have set one up or if they plan on it. And if they do, I'll put a link to it in this video and then whatever video I have going when I call them, and just put a little reminder up. So if you guys want to, you know, donate or help out where you can, I mean, that little girl's so cute. So anyways, so he does't sell online. He said that I'm not going to sell to you online. You might be able to get my son to ship you something, but I'm not going to go to the post office. He said if you want something, you got to come here, and I got to decide if I like it. Which I think he was joking, but I mean, either way, just awesome. Really good experience. And so I got some books, and all of his graphic novels are 50% off. So I took advantage of that. I really kept telling myself, you know, I'm going to buy 1 book a video. And I haven't done that yet. And I definitely couldn't do that here, though. I mean, 50% off. Wait until you see what I got. All right, so the first book I got was The Complete Darkness, Volume 1. Top Cow Productions and Image. I read Trade, the first volume of the Trade, and it was awesome. I really, really liked it. And I was going to hold out to get the hardcover compendium, which is going for like a pretty penny right now. I think it's around like $300. And obviously I just never pulled the trigger because of the price, but it wasn't until I read Doom Patrol recently, which I've talked about I think twice on this channel now, that I've decided that omnibus just aren't for me. I'm not a big fan of having to hold a book like that. I read to go to sleep. So if a book's hard to read while you're laying down, I ain't here for it. So I broke down and I got the trade version of Volume 1. The art is awesome. I don't know if any of you are familiar with it, but Darkness comes from Witchblade, the series Witchblade. That's where this character comes from. I've never read Witchblade, but Darkness is great. And I want to read Witchblade because if this is as good as I felt like it was, then Witchblade has to be good too. So I'm going to blow through this once I actually start reading it. But I would definitely recommend you check it out for sure. There was a video game for it. I think I played it and I enjoyed it. And I didn't even know it was a comic. But well worth the $15 I spent for this book. All right, the next book I got, I was very captivated. It's an Image title, and what caught me was Rob Zombie Presents El Super Bisto. Now, right off the bat, I was like, okay, awesome. It says Rob Zombie. I'm a big Rob Zombie fan. But I thought, oh, what if it's just a gimmick? You know, they just used his name to sell some hot garbage. So I did look it up on Goodreads, and it's rated a 3.6 out of 5, which is right at my limit. I looked at the art. The art's pretty like cartoony. Apparently, El Super Bisto is a cartoon, a show. I never watched it. I have no clue about it. From what I hear, it's very like Ren and Stimpy-esque. And I was worried that if I hadn't watched the show, I couldn't read this. But it just says that it's 3 small tales collected. So I think it's not going to be something where I really have to know everything that's going on. And if I like this, I guess I'll check out the show. I read more than I watch stuff. So the last book I got, I didn't even read the first book that I got by I always mess up this guy's name. Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. But I saw this book. I knew it was 50% off, so I pulled the trigger. It is Incognito, the Classified Edition. Regularly $44.99. I got it for $22. Now, what hooked me on this, because I had that train of thought that I just got Reckless, and I haven't even read it, and I don't even know if I like Brubaker and Phillips together, so I don't know. But then I read the back, and I'm going to read it to you because I think, this is what sold me. It's only like 2 sentences. What if you were a supervillain living in witness protection, and all you could think about were the glory days of being bad, when the rules didn't apply to you, before you were just like everybody else? How could you not be sold on that? Like, that just sounds awesome. I haven't read or watched anything that sounded even close to something like this. Like, this sounds super original, and I said it last video, but apparently these guys are like the team to be, or team to beat. So, I'm pretty excited. Art looks great. Sean Phillips looks like he definitely knows what he's doing. So, for $22, deluxe hardcover, I'll buy it. So now it's time for the giveaway. Every week I do a giveaway for all of my viewers. It's a raffle. Who like, comment, and subscribe.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
And this week's a good one. So take a look at the clip.
This book here intrigued me immensely. One of the first books where you actually see 2 gods fight. This would be one of the favorites. This intrigued me back in the day because everybody was a Hercules fan. You would watch the old black and white movies, Hercules versus the Moon Men, Hercules versus this. And then all of a sudden you go to the comic book rack and it's Hercules versus Thor. And the first time you see somebody else worthy that can pick up the hammer. So it was a game changer in the comic world for me.
That's right, guys. We have Thor number 126. 12 cents. Not today. Today it's closer to $100. It is from 1966, which means it's super old. It's not in the best condition. I think if you were to get it graded, you'd probably walk away with like a 2.5 or 3. Just being upfront with you. Thankfully, you guys are going to get it. One of you guys is going to get it for free. So all you have to do, like I said before, is like, comment, and subscribe. Be subscribed. And you get Thor number 126. Good luck. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I really enjoyed myself. Every time I go to a new place, there's a thought that happens where it's like, man, this is why I'm doing this. Like, I get such a crazy feeling when I walk into these places and meet these kind of people, and, getting the half off books and free ice cream and all that stuff is great, but that's not what I'm doing it for. It's for the community. The comics community has great people in it. So like I said, I really hoped you enjoyed it. I am going to somewhere in Illinois tomorrow, and I'm dropping off in Newcastle, Delaware. Newcastle, Delaware is not that far from my house, so I'm gonna have a week home. I want to give you guys weekly videos, like consistent weekly videos. So I'm thinking of starting a new series called City of Brotherly Nerds. For those of you who don't know, I'm from Philadelphia. That might explain my title art style. Kind of looks like Fresh Prince. That's why. So what I'm going to do is the same thing I've been doing in the truck, but when I'm home, I'm going to find a comic shop in the Philadelphia area or around the Philadelphia area. I already know the first one I'm going to. I guess that's the one I would consider my local comic shop. It feels like every comic shop's my local comic shop. So stay tuned for that. With that being said, guys, take care, and I will catch you on the next one. Over and out.
Ba ba da ba ba.